Hey there, I'm Justine Buick, the NCLEX tutor, where I help nursing students pass the NCLEX and nursing exams through private tutoring. And today I'm going to be talking with you about how to answer select all that apply questions. And they can be really tricky, but I have some good tips for you. And at the end, I have a bonus tip, which I don't think very many people talk about, but it'll definitely make you feel more confident when you're answering those types of questions. So my first tip is to make sure that you understand what the question is asking. What is the problem in this question? A lot of the times the answer choices will sound really good, but they really won't have anything to do with what the question is asking about. So don't pick those answers. My second tip is to treat it like a true, false, or yes, no. That's a really easy way to keep answers or get rid of answers. My third tip is to link answers. And what that means is if you have two answers and they're very similar, where they have very similar outcomes, or you just can't do one without the other, then you would want to keep both of those answers or get rid of both of those answers. My fourth tip is to not pick answers based on crazy exceptions. So that's called reading into the question. So you might have seen something unusual in your clinical setting that really doesn't normally happen. So you want to pick your answers based on what would normally happen 99.9% of the time, not those crazy exceptions. And my fifth tip is to know the nursing content. So use your nursing content and your common sense to answer questions. And now for my bonus tip for select all that applies. A lot of these companies that write these practice questions don't actually extensively test them to make sure that they're high quality questions. And so what happens is you get the question wrong and you read the rationale and you actually might have gotten the question correct. And so if you do a question and you really think you have the right answers and the rationale is wrong, it's very well likely that it was just a poorly written question and you actually are correct. For content, I do have my online flashcards that you can use with Brainscape. I also have my NCLEX Nursing Nugget Pages book that you can get, which has all the most important content that you would get asked about. If you're having any trouble at nursing school, passing your tests or passing the NCLEX, we do offer tutoring services at the nclextutor.com, and we'll help you on how to answer questions better, like the select all that applies. We'll help you with a study plan, with the resources that you need, and we'll also help you with just how to study.